All right. Good evening, everyone. We are going to go ahead and get started. This is Mike Gilbert, and this is the Epic corporate call for May 2025. Every time we have one of these calls, it always just blows me away how the months fly by. Here we are in May already. The flowers are blooming. It's summer is approaching, and we are excited about what the summer has to hold for us here at Epic. We've got some great things going on. I was speaking with Cynthia earlier today, just tremendous news about the product line and all the different enhancements that are coming along. So you are at the right place at the right time. Those of you that have stuck and stayed, you're going to be rewarded for that effort, that loyalty, that commitment. Those of you that are brand new, first of all, welcome. But beyond that, you've made a great decision. You've joined a team of entrepreneurs, really a family of entrepreneurs, and they've got your best interests at heart. That's the wonderful thing about this business. The better you do, the better they do. And so everyone's pulling for you. Everyone's here to help you, whether it's your upline, your downline, folks that aren't even in your organization. Because of our tremendous benefits of equity program, even folks that are not in your organization have an incentive to help you succeed because it helps the entire company succeed. And that's the foundation of the benefits of equity program, where you are earning through your production, through your performance, you are continuously earning ownership, a stake in the success of the company long term. And that's what makes us truly unique from any other company in this entire industry. So not only is this a very special industry, but you are with the company that is the best of the best in that industry, because we are the only company with the benefits of equity program where you can earn that ownership stake. As we grow, you grow, so that you are not only earning your now money through our great compensation plan, but you're earning equity in the future of the company. And that's a truly powerful combination. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the call tonight. We have a lot to share, but at the end, you're going to want to absolutely hang on, because we've got a great guest speaker. He has a tremendous message for everybody tonight, and he's even going to be incorporating some other folks from his team as part of that message. So hang on, hang in, grab a paper and pencil. You're absolutely going to want to write down the knowledge that he's going to be dropping. You're not going to want to forget some of the key phrasing, some of the key ideas and strategies. So make sure you've got that pen and paper handy. All right, before we even dive in, we wanted to make a special reminder to everybody to join our text distribution list specifically for Epic representatives. We have a list that's just for representatives. It allows us to communicate to you via text on the fly, and it helps make sure that everybody's getting the same messaging, whether it's reminders for calls like this or just special promotions and announcements. So there's two ways that you can make sure you're on this list. And it won't, if you're not sure if you're on the list, that's okay. It's fine to just opt in again and make sure. We're trying to make sure that this is a list of all of our current and active representatives. We had some lists in the past, and we've pretty much moved on from those lists. And this is a new one we're building to make sure that it's fresh and accurate. So the two ways you can join the list is first simply to text the word EPIC to 855-957-5608. That's just the word epic. You don't need to put the periods in there. You don't need to worry about capitalization. None of that matters. And that'll make sure you're on the list. The other way you can join is simply by holding your phone, your camera phone, right over this QR code. It'll open up an opt-in page, and you can select to opt into the list right from that. We'll give you just a couple seconds here if you were opening your camera to make sure you can grab that. But again, you can just text to the word EPIC to 855-957-5608. All right. Well, let's get right into it. We've got a couple of promotions to make you aware of, one of which is ending tonight. It just so happens that May 1st falls on a Thursday, and every Friday is when we roll out our Epic Deal of the Week. So make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for the new Epic Deal of the Week. But we wanted to make sure you got a few hours left to take advantage of this current Epic Deal of the Week, which is an unbelievable offer to save $250 on any purchase of $600 or more. I mean, that's almost half off at $600. It's an incredible opportunity for you to not only get some great products for yourself, but to stock up, load up on some items that you can share with others or resell to others, and keep that revenue for yourself. So don't miss out on that. That ends at midnight tonight, and then that goes away as the new Epic Deal of the Week kicks off tomorrow first thing. The other thing we wanted to let you know about, because it actually starts today and ends on the 8th, which is next Thursday, is our Mother's Day gift bundles. And like you've seen with some of our other gift bundles lately, there's 5 different options. You can check out those options to see which one has the combination of products you think is best. And if you want to see what those choices are, it's as simple as going to myepic.store. And of course, if you want to just go right to the promotions at any given time, you can click on the flash sale link at the top of the page, or just type in /flash-sale after myepic.store, and it'll take you right there. All right, and we do have some promotions for the month of May as well. These are entire month promotions. They're not just week to week. So pay attention to these. Some of these are extended promotions, which is great because these were very popular opportunities for everybody. We are extending the play ball promotion, which is actually very fitting now because it is baseball season. And that was the origination of this idea. So this runs for the month of May, the calendar month, and it gives every existing representative, no matter how long you've been in the business, a chance to promote to the next pin level purely on the basis of your production within this current calendar month. And you're seeing this on May 1st, so you've literally got 31 full days to accomplish this and get to your next pin. The way it works is if you're currently in IMR, you can promote to ET with just one new personally enrolled IMR and $50 in personal customer volume achieved in the month of May. You can promote from ET to ED with 2 IMRs enrolled in your ET open line and $75 in personal customer volume. And this one's really big. You can promote from ED to ND, one of the biggest jumps in the compensation plan. And in the pin levels, you can jump from ED to ND with just 4 new IMRs enrolled in your open line ED. They don't have to be personal to you. They can just be in your ED open line, plus $125 in personal customer volume, and you can jump from ED to ND. And you can actually leapfrog more than one position with this promotion. If you get from IMR to ET with the first qualification, you could get right to ET to ED with the next level of qualification stacked on top of that. So this is a tremendous opportunity, whether you were previously at one of these positions and are looking to get back, or if you're trying to get to these positions for the very first time. We want to play ball this May. All right. And we have a promotion not just for existing representatives, but for all of our new IMRs that might look to join the business this month. And the way this works is that representatives who enroll in this month of May with Platinum Plus, and they maintain their Platinum Plus for 3 consecutive months, will receive an extra 250 benefits of equity shares. So it's a great selling point when you're putting someone in front of the presentation, and at the end of the presentation, when they're making that decision, they're probably already excited about the compensation plan, already excited about the products, already excited about benefits of equity. Now you get to say, oh, by the way, this month only, you can get 250 additional benefits of equity shares through this special promotion. And we do want to make a correction before we get into our recognition tonight. And the only thing between our guest speaker tonight and me are the recognition levels tonight. So we're not too far away from our guest speaker. You want to hang in there. Still time to text out to your team. You do not want to miss tonight. But we wanted to make a correction before we get into the recognition. And that is, we accidentally left somebody off of our CV club last month, and we're very sorry for that. We feel terrible about it, but we want to certainly highlight that this young lady did a tremendous job for the month of February. Remember, this always lags by an extra month with Customer Club as far as the recognition. And Miss Yvonne Graham, she did achieve the $250 CV Club for the month of February, and that's a tremendous achievement. It's a $100 bonus. So our apologies for leaving her off last month, but we wanted to highlight that for all of you because this is an accomplishment that everyone should be striving for. This is literally giving yourself a $1,200 raise every year just by hitting this CV club every month. And it's very achievable, very doable. And the folks that do achieve it are examples to everyone of how it can be done. So let's look now at the March Customer Club because we have some entrance into that recognition level as well. So congratulations for March, also hitting the $250 CV club and earning a $100 bonus on top of the CV, of course. Miss Patricia Lloyd, congratulations. Teddy and Vicky Moore and Donald Singleton, fantastic job. That's the first time I think in a while we've had three people, three representatives hit that club. So we're trending in the right direction. And I hope to see your name on that next month. Now let's look at our production leaders. We'll look at the customer production first at each of our open line positions. At Open Line ET, top customer producer for the month of April, Teddy and Vicky Moore. Congratulations. At both Open Line ED and Open Line ND, fantastic job. Number one customer production, Jovens Boncourt. At Open Line SVP, our top customer producing team, Ann and Dr. Sherman Chambers. Congratulations. And at PSVP, our top Open Line customer producer, Dave and Carol Silverman. Great job. Congratulations. And again, leading from the front, these are SVPs. Every single person on this list is an SVP or above. That just shows that they are doing the work in the trenches. They are doing the work personally to make sure that they're getting open line ET production, open line ED production, and so on. And they're not doing anything that all of you couldn't do just because they're SVPs. They are doing the same things, peaking, sharing, and just talking up the business, talking up the products, and doing it on the front line. So hopefully we'll see some new names on this list next month. And again, being the first of the month tonight, you've got 31 days ahead of you to accomplish your goals. For IMR production now, we've got some new names on the list this month, and that's very exciting to see. We also have quite a few ties. So at Open Line ET, we have a three-way tie for top IMR producers. Congratulations to Cheryl O'Neill-Niles, Jeanette Jones, and A.K. Kufor. At Open Line ED, again a tie. Congratulations, Jamel Meeks and A.K. Kufor. At Open Line ND, top honors go to Jamel Meeks and Teddy and Vicky Moore. Open Line SVP, we have another tie with Ann and Dr. Sherman Chambers and Teddy and Vicky Moore. Congratulations. And our top Open Line IMR producer at Platinum Senior Vice President, Dave and Carol Silverman. Awesome job. Great to see new names. Great to see the ties. That shows a lot of competitiveness and bodes well for heading into May, heading into the summer months with this kind of momentum. All right. So we've done the promotions, we've done the recognition, and now we've gotten to the part that I know is everybody's favorite, which is our guest speaker every month. We've had some unbelievable guest speakers lately that have just kept us on the edge of our seat, got us engaged, got us excited. And I can tell you that this gentleman tonight is going to be no different. He's someone that I have just enjoyed so much working with through my years here. And he is a beacon of optimism, a beacon of positivity. And of course, as you know, for me, that's always the thing that I treasure almost above anything else. But more than anything, he also is a great leader and coach. And of course, being on the leaderboard as frequently as he also is leading by example, leading from the front. So it is my pleasure this evening to introduce to you our special guest speaker, Senior Vice President, Mr. Teddy Moore. Teddy, are you on the line?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you perfectly.
Great. I am fired up. I am fired up because all these names and recognition I see on here. I am so excited. Listen. I'm gonna try to maintain myself for the next 3 minutes. I'm a man of very few cuss words, so you're not gonna hear that tonight, okay? But anyway, I want to give it back to Mike, our Chief Operation Officer. I really give it to Mike. Mike, I know you wear many hats. You don't get the credit that's due, but I'm going to tell you, personally and formally among everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you for being a seed in this company for so many years. And you can see from the fruit of your labors, it does not go unmentioned because I really truly appreciate you. I want to give it up to, first of all, and I know I got out of order. Forgive me, Lord. I thank the Lord, my Savior, who is the head of my life, who just gives me the strength to do what I do. And I thank my wife that gives me balance. She really helps me with this because she's the one that uplifts me. She's the one that criticizes me. She's the one that gets on me. She's the one that says, let those people go. You got them going too long. They got to go to work tomorrow. But hey, she is everything to me. And I really want to thank everyone and congratulations to everyone who's achieved these different levels. Watch this. It's not that difficult to do it. And if you've never heard me speak before, you got to get something right. And listen, I want to do something tonight. Um, if 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 Mike, if you can just put me on where everybody's on at the same time, so we can see everybody, if you can. I don't want to be the center of focus. I want to talk to family tonight. I want to be able to. I'm more in my flow when I could see people. And I'm in my element because I'm a people's person. I love to spend time with people. And if you can tonight, I want 25 faces on the camera tonight. Some of y'all have guests on. We got some guests on. I want the whole page filled up. If you can turn your camera on, turn your camera on because you're going to be on here in the very near future. I'm not a prophet, but I speak that to you in existence that you're going to be on here. You're going to be the new face of Epic. You're going to be one in the magazines. You're going to be the ones that hung in there. You're going to be the ones that say, are you still with that company? You're going to be the ones that say, let me tell you something, this company's on fire. You come around me, just don't bring no fire extinguisher. I'm not putting no fire out tonight. I got some good stuff for you all tonight. Listen, let me, before I get started, look, I'm doing something I've never done before. I got a double shot of tea and I'm chasing it with Monavie coffee. So I'm taking you all the way up to the end. Don't you miss a beat. So you get something to write with, take some notes, get your Crayola. Ladies, if you got your lipstick, take some notes because I am not going to repeat myself. I'm going to flow with the spirit. I'm excited. We got an amazing night ahead of you tonight because listen, I practice what I preach what I practice, and we have people who were customers, people who have purchased products, people who met me out at pop-ups. They're going to come on and they're going to interact with me, and this is going to be live. So if you can, text somebody real quick. I'm gonna bring a couple people up. Text them, say, I remember you bought that product from me. I need you to get on this link tonight. I got people who are talking about what happened with them with their health, how this is changing lives of people. I thank God for Mr. Nelson Gerard, our chairman. His vision. Thank you all for being so obedient. You guys turn them cameras on. We got at least 25 people not in witness protection tonight. I feel good. I'm telling you, I'm ready. I'm fired up. I'm fired up tonight. And the reason why is because of the vision where this company is going. I love what Miss Patricia Lloyd says. She said, if it ain't written, it didn't happen. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm so inspired by so many leaders on here, like Annie Sherman Chambers, that we went on our SVP cruise in Jamaica, and we went there, and they're my seniors, they're my elders by age, and I respect them. But they outdid me. I was ready to go to sleep, and they out there hanging out, talking about, you ain't going nowhere. We finna hang out tonight. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. But we're going to get into the training. Listen, we're going to talk about some things, and I'm going to bring a few people on. So this is going to be life changes. It's going to be interaction. I'm going to show you nothing scripted. The people I asked to come on, I have not told them anything to say. In fact, we're going to have a conversation because I want to hear the heart. I don't want to hear nobody writing no notes down. I got my little notes here because I have to watch my time, okay? Because I know some of y'all be looking at that time, watching that watch. Say, he ain't got but 2 more minutes. He need to come on, get off. No, 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 no. We're going to bring it tonight. I promise you, we're going to bring it tonight. So the first thing I want to talk about, because I want to talk about balance. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about balance because every one of us have the same situation going on in their life. Balance. Think about balance. And I'm gonna use Miss Yvonne Graham because we was talking the other day. She said, you know what, Teddy, I do so much stuff, but when I find the time, my window to do it, that's when I do my business. But I say that's great. But I'm going to show you how everything that you do in your life with balance that you can incorporate our business. Why? Because watch this. Watch this. Here we go. Okay. Your health is the opportunity. I talked to Mr. Nelson Gerard about this years ago when he first had a vision to make healthy people healthy and financially stable. I said, only problem you have, Mr. Gerard, we were in Jamaica walking around just as casual as all get out. Matter of fact, he asked me where did I get this shirt I had on with all this CBD stuff. I said, you should know your wife sold these shirts. He didn't know that she had sold us that shirt. He said, where'd you get that shirt from? I said, your wife sold it to us. So anyway, but I told him, I said, the only problem you're going to have in here is a high demand, okay? Because people, when they like something you have, people have a high demand for it. Products. Trust me, I've been in the industry for 34 years. I used to be in Herbalife many years ago. When people like your product, but you know what? People don't always buy your product, they buy you. And we gonna talk a little bit about that because we're gonna work on that attitude tonight. Because attitude is everything. If you take attitude, and you all seen this before, I know we got 8 educators on here. You take the A and it's 1, and you go all the way through and you write down each number up on it. When you add them all up, it comes up to 100. So your attitude is 100%. Because you want to make this business fun. You want it to be fun. And guess what? You lead by example, as Mike had said earlier. Okay, you lead by example. And I don't want to forget Danette, Cynthia, and Amber. I mean, I don't know their voices apart. Sometimes they'll call me and disguise their voice and stuff like that. But I just want to say thank you for them, because it takes a lot to run a multi-million-dollar company. It takes a lot. And because of the company, see, I tell you, I'm bouncing around, but I'm coming back. I ain't lost my place. I'm coming back to you about the balance. But I can tell you that they throw out the kitchen sink to us. With these promotions, you got to take advantage. I wish I had time, as Donald Singleton always say. I wish I had time to break this thing down to you, that you got to take advantage every time they have a promotion. Every week, no other company, I've been in network marketing company before, no other company does what we do from Friday to Thursday. Nobody. Where you can get a product at wholesale and you get a discount on top of a discount if you spend a certain amount of volume. And it made it easy, because if you just want to spend $50, you get 10% off. You spend $300, you get 40% off. We have so many different promotions. You got to take advantage of it. I'm going to tell you why, because I'm going to talk a little bit about the pop-ups, and I'm going to tell you the stigma of people afraid to get out there. I was just talking to a person I'm going to bring on today, and she is amazing. She's not even a partner, and she outsold half the people on my team this past week, and she's not even a partner. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Calm down, calm yourself. Oh, stay with your flow. Okay. All right. Stay with your flow. Okay. Yeah. And I cannot forget my upline, Platinum Dave Silverman. I cannot forget. Me and him go at it sometime. I ain't never seen nobody wrestle from Georgia to New York, but after we finished wrestling, I learned from him. He learned from me. So I appreciate you, Platinum. So here's the thing. Let me go with my bolts. Let me talk about balance. Okay, here's the thing. I want you to get this in your subconscious, what I'm about to tell you. Let's talk about balance. Listen to this. Everybody's been through this. You know, when we start riding bikes, now people say when they start riding bikes, they had training wheels. I come from the project. We had no training wheels. I don't know about no training wheels. But anyway, you had to have balance, because when you ride a bike, it takes time. And when you ride a bike, what do you do the first time? What do your kids do the first time? They go slow. Sometimes you walk with them. They go slow. They go slow because they're not for sure. And you walk with them. Then you start jogging with them. You can't do it now at your age. If you're over 50 plus, it might be a little hard to jog with them. But you know, when you're young, you run alongside them with everything else. You get your kids running alongside them. And guess what they do after a period of time? You let it go and you run up, make sure they don't fall. And then pretty soon they ride real good. And guess what? Balance. You know why? Because they have confidence now. The faster they go, the more confidence they get. Why is that so important? It's applicable in network marketing. When you first start off, you like a deer in the headlights. You don't know what's down the road. That phone is a 200-pound phone, but I'm going to tell you something. What you fear, whatever you fear in life, you got to put faith in front of it. Promise you, you're going to make mistakes. I appreciate you taking notes, Mr. Clark, because that's very important. That's something you needed to hear. That's why I like to see people's faces, because I'm in my element when I'm talking to you, because I know you're not just listening, but you're listening. Whenever you have fear, faith is right there for you. The company, our Epic is not on trial. Everything is taken care already. Listen. You want to talk about the language of a network marketer when you're talking to somebody who's money driven and somebody who's a former network marketer. And I'm gonna go back a little bit. Some of y'all, let's go back to Teflon. Let's go back to Avon. Let's go back to Shackley. Let's go back to Herbalife. Let's go back to Mary Kay. Let's go back to all these different companies, Noni and everything else. But watch this. When you have a product and they like it, and when you tell them we're in a company where you can write your own check, I'm gonna drink to that. You tell somebody you can write your own check. Think about it for a second. We can write our own check. If you do the work, you get paid. It ain't like in corporate America. You got somebody get hired, you got to train them. Next thing you know, they're your boss. It ain't like that. You got to train yourself. So you got to get into the personal development part of it, okay? So when we out here trying to do this business, you got to have the language of a network marketer. Everywhere I go, your lifestyle. Let me tell you something. People buy your lifestyle. That's why you got to get these products in your hand and you got to get these products in your system. What products are you taking? Are you taking the products that we offer? You got to become a product of the product. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you what product I take, and I'm going to tell you why I'm able to move the products I take, because it goes from my intellect head down to my heart, and I'm very passionate about it. Number one, I take the oils. You got to take that. You got to take that. Some of y'all that was born back in the 60s, y'all gave us, we gave them kids that castor oil back in the days. I don't know if they call it cod liver oil, if I'm just saying it wrong. But that's all this is. They put the they put the cod liver oil in here. The net probably looking up and Googling it right now, and Cynthia probably looking. It's called castor oil. That's what's in here. It's like an MCT oil. It allows you to absorb and get all your nutrients. Then they threw vitamins A, B, C, and E in it. What does it help with? And these are some of the things it help with. And I'm not sitting here trying to say anything that ain't written, as Dr. Patricia Lloyd always say. If it ain't written, it didn't happen. Okay? It helps with different things. I don't usually turn my back on nobody, but I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna read my sign back here. It helps with anxiety, nerve pain, muscle tension, depression, insomnia, sciatic nerves, back pain, arthritis, joint pain, knee pain, bursitis, carpal tunnel, diabetes. It helps with everything. Because if you have a conversation, here we go again, language of network marketer. If you talking to somebody and say it helps you with inflammation, you got their attention. Everybody talk about inflammation. People got gout. People want the pain spray, which I take periodically if I'm doing basketball or if I'm doing a long trip and I got to spray it on my feet. The bikers love this. A nurse loves it. A beautician loves it because she's on her feet all day. You go in and spray your beautician or somebody's braiding hair and spray their hands. My barber loves it. He cuts hair, so spray it on their wrist. I'm telling you, we're making this thing too difficult. You don't want to let me tell you something. If this is difficult, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to have some fun doing this. Okay. I don't believe in miracles. I don't believe in magic. I believe that by God's divine purpose, I believe, and you can write this down. You can pick this up because I grabbed it from somebody a long time ago. I believe what you do for people with no motive, that our Heavenly Father above will do for you because of his alternative motive. Remember that. Remember that. People can see you coming a mile. Nobody want to be sold. They want to buy. People buy you first. People buy you first. So there was an old partner used to say all the time, this is relationship marketing. Let me tell you something. If you got a problem with relationship, hey, look, I'm not telling you to leave the company. I'm telling you to stay in the company, but I'm telling you to develop relationships with people. You need people. You need to have a listening ear. You need to figure out. And if you don't have the answer, you don't have the answer. Well, I tell you what, I'm always tired and I feel tired. Well, you need to use the spray. How's the spray going to make somebody get more energy? You know that's not the right product. So that's why you got to be taking the gummies. I ought to be doing a commercial right now. Somebody on there record this and send it to ABC, CBS, or whatever. You got to be doing these gummies. Now, I know they work. I know the gummies work. I know they work. And watch this. When they came out with the gummies and Nelson be talking about, he tell Danette and Cynthia and Amber, look, don't bring me nothing unless it tastes good. And I said, I'm going to taste them, see how it works. And I made a mistake. Let me see who on here I can talk to. Darren, I made a mistake. What I did, I took two at night around 10 o'clock after a presentation. And I was up to 4 o'clock in the morning watching Westerns. Take the immune boost. Watch this. In 2019, see, I'm telling you something what I know, and you got to educate yourself about your craft. When you know your company, people know that you're passionate about it. People buy your passion. The immune boost, holy basil, zinc, glutathione, it has vitamin D in it. Guess what? It helps with your body. It's like an anti-aging. I'm 67, going on 68 in the next month. I would give my cash out, but I can't put it in the chat. But I'm going on 68, and I referee every level of basketball, and I owe it to the grace of God. But let me tell you something: you're only here for a season, a time. So you want to give back to all humanity. Tell them what you take, and don't worry about the price, not what it's going to cost you, what it's going to do for you. And I heard Senior Vice President Shauna Parker say one time, prevention is better than the cure. Oh my God. Prevention is better than cure. That's why you should have no fear about these products. Listen, you got to be compassionate about your business. You got to want to help people. That's what it's all about. People helping people. And watch this. I know I'm skipping around, but I'm not lost in my conversation. I'm finna bring somebody up. But watch this. I truly believe with everything that's going on in the country, with the administration, everything going on in the country, and I'm not here to talk about politics, anything like that. It makes it more easier in our business. You know why? People are looking for opportunity. You can't fire me. If I get fired, I look in the mirror and rehire myself back up the next day. It's called attitude. So you can't fire me in this company, and you can't tell me you can't find enough people. You can't say I don't look all over I can't find any people. You can do this business accidentally quicker than you can do this business on purpose. You got to go to the store. You go to the movies. Some of us go to church. We go to libraries. We go to the gym. We go to work out. I guarantee if you go to the gym and put on your back, need more energy, want to drop pounds, want to help with mental focus, need something for inflammation, and you go get that print and spend about 15, $20 on a night t-shirt and go work out at the gym. You say, well, I don't want to wear that t-shirt every day. Go to different gyms. Go to some different gym. When people see it, they're going to come up to you and tap you and they're going to say, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, Miss Yvonne. I see you at the gym working out all the time, and I see you doing I know you got the silver sneakers. Well, you got to do some time before you get these silver sneakers. But I see you walking out, and you always got a good attitude. But baby, let me tell you, I drink this stuff called this coffee called this Italian blend, and it's so good. And I drink it; it gives me energy. Got vitamins A, B, C, and E in it. Has MCT oil. It helps me with my mindset. It makes me feel good. Helps me suppress my appetite. It changes my eating habits. I'm giving you nuggets. So if you ain't drinking this stuff, ding, 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 breaking news. That's what this stuff does. And when people hear that kind of conversation, you know what they say? How can I get it? And I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there. I got a whole lot left in a short period of time to do it. But I'm going to bring in this lady. I call this lady up. And I'm telling you, this young lady is this is a bad girl right here. Somebody asked me, did I pay this young lady to bring people to my table? Vicky and we was doing an event last week. And she's just amazing. I just say she's a blessing. See, when you get out there and don't worry about being nervous, and if you do it from your heart, our Savior, and I'm saying this because I know everybody got different walks in faith, but our Savior will bring the right people to you in your life if you purpose in your heart to do for humanity. It's a hard thing. Just do for people. Be genuine. Don't be a cheap copy of an original. Be you. You tell a joke, you say the wrong word, you got the educators, they say, no, I'll tell you, that's not the right word. You should have said was instead of well. Oh, well, you got the point. But anyway, let me bring this young lady in here. And I ain't gonna have no problem forgetting her name because my neighbor, Brittany, and you're gonna hear from AK in a minute. His wife named Brittany, but her name is Brittany Jones, and she's an amazing lady. I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself, and I want her to. Matter of fact, Miss Brittany Jones, could you unmute your line? Let's have a conversation. Let's do some. Let's do some dialogue. Let's talk. We're not going to rehearse anything. Let's talk. Can you unmute your
Yeah,
line?
I'm here. I'm here, Teddy.
Well, look, Miss Brittany, what I want first of all, I just thank you. I truly, my wife Vicky and I, we really truly thank you for what you did. You don't realize what you did for us this past week. You made us feel that in this industry, if you do the right thing and people see it, and you're a business lady, could you just tell how your experience? And she's a vendor. She came over to our spot. There's about 30 vendors and tell them just what did you like about what we had, what we tried, and why did you bring so many people to us? Like you was already signed into the company. Go ahead, Brittany.
So, thank you, Mr. Teddy. That Saturday, that was actually an event that I partnered with Medical Associates and Lifelinks, and we put that community event together. And I saw you when you came in, and I saw your sign when you set up and everything, but I was too busy running around and making sure everything was good that we needed to do. And I had a few people come up to me and say, "You need to go see that man. He the real deal." And you didn't know that. So I said, well, I'm gonna get to him. And when I came up to your table, you said, why haven't you came to see me yet? And I said, that's why I'm here now. And so your energy, you were telling me about the products. And one thing about it, you mentioned about the confidence. And you gotta have confidence in what you're talking about, what you're speaking about, what the product you're selling. And for me, I'm a salesperson. I'm in the business of recruiting patients. And so for me, I have to have the confidence. But your energy, your spirit, when I listened to you, when I was asking questions, when you provided tastings for the different products, that's what got me. When I took the first sip of the tea, the passion fruit, I was like, man, now this is good. And right then I felt something. My energy, I mean, I was already moving, but my energy kind of went up a little bit. Then you spoke about the coffee. And just going into a deep dive about what you spoke about, what those things did and stuff like that. And to be honest, I'm big on my health. So if I'm gonna buy a product, I want to buy a product that is beneficial for me, not something that, is it's a trend, because trend sometimes is temporary. But if this is a product that you believe in and you trust in, and how you presented it, I went with it. So because I bought the product, I bought two teas from you, and I went back and I told two of my colleagues, and I said, "Yo, y'all need to go check out Mr. Teddy down there. Just go hear him out, because we all on a different journey of health." And next thing I know, you had one to buy the gummies, and then I
Which
had
gummies?
one,
Which gummies? The Delta?
the Delta, yes.
Pull up? Pull up? All right, go ahead.
And then my other colleague, I knew about her health journey. And when you spoke about the tea and the coffee, about the mental health and the energy and all of that, I told her to come down and try it. She was hesitant. She didn't, she was like, I don't know. I said, no, just trust it. Just trust it. And she ended up buying it from you. And then next thing I knew, more people, because of the excitement that I got from you and the excitement what I felt from the product, they saw my energy. They saw like, okay, this girl here, she's really in tune with this man. She really trusts this man. And even people that I didn't personally take over there, but for them to say, hey, I bought this product because of you, because of how you looked, you brought over multiple people, you was just engaged with him. And so I just stand with people who are confident and who's out here for the people and not just out here just to get a check. If you really for the people, and you really truly believe in the product that you're selling, that's what I'm about.
I appreciate that, Ms. Jones. That is so good. And I tell you, it's like it was to me, it was more like divine intervention, and your spirit is so impelling for us when you're the way you deal with people, and that's something we talk about in the world of network marketing, is that you have to become attractive from within. And when you're attractive within and you know what you're doing and you're walking in confidence, people are looking for that. So I always say everyone on here is a leader. And you might say, well, I don't know, but you know what? You have leadership attributes. You just got to work at it or surround yourself around other leaders and see how they roll. And I mean, I could pull up a couple partners right now. I never even told them they're going to be on tonight, but I don't want to put them on the spot or anything like that. But they say, I just want to come to your event and see how you do. And they say, but you talk so, you just so graceful, you so natural with it. And you got to be natural with this thing. Because let me say this, and we're going to move. And I really appreciate, Ms. Jones, you take some time. And let me just say this. And I really want y'all to hear this with your heart. Okay. So there was a man who did no wrong. Only thing he wanted to do is love people. And they still crucified him. And the only thing he had was compassion. And the only thing he said, forgive them, they know not what they do. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because we have to take on that. When people don't understand what we're trying to do, when people don't see our vision, you have to just pray for them and just say, they just don't understand. Because we didn't always just understand when someone first bought this to me. I had a lot of experience in network marketing. But when it was time to write the check, where your heart is, that's where your money's at. Because the uncertainty. But I knew network marketing was the highest paid profession. That's why people like young people like what's the guy that got all the business, 90-some years old? Somebody throw his name out. I just can't remember. Warren Buffett. Why is Warren Buffett in his mid-90s still looking for a network company to join? That man must know something. And it don't take anything because he knows it's low investment and it will take you all over the world. And it's evidence that we see right now here on the screen. So what I had two other people going to come on, but one lady called and said, just give my testimony. And I want you all to hear this testimony, and I'm going to read it off my cell phone because she said, I'll send you the testimony. But corporate called me and says, Teddy, there's a lady who was trying to buy a product and she wanted to, and she was, matter of fact, was it Cynthia Danette got that call from a lady from Connecticut? If you can unmute, just tell them and then tell them what they said about how they met me at the event a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to read their testimony. So I'm not sure if it was you, Cynthia, or Danette.
It was Danette. It was Danette, and then Danette mentioned it to me, and you and I shared with you that she was. Yeah, it was Danette. Are you there, Danette?
I am.
Okay, yeah, Danette, go ahead and share that when they called you, the lady from Connecticut, and I'm going to read her mother's testimony because she said she couldn't come on, but she asked me could I read her testimony over the line.
Of course. So Teddy's customer called in. She was putting in her order and she wanted some assistance. So she called in and spoke to us. And when I asked her how she heard about the products, she said she was at an event in Augusta. She said she was going to the Masters and she went to an event near the Masters and met this wonderful gentleman. And the very first thing he said to her was, do you have pain? As soon as she said that, I knew exactly who she was talking about because I have been on the phone with Teddy while he was in the grocery store, while he was at the barbershop, or while he was at his church helping to feed the homeless. And that is Teddy's staple line. Do you have pain? Come on over here and sit down. So this nice lady went ahead and she purchased some PDQ from Teddy over the phone with us. And her very next thing is, hey, I'm up in Connecticut and I think maybe I could probably market this up here. How can I get in touch with Teddy? So we were able to connect Teddy with an individual. So Teddy's in Georgia, of course, if you don't know. And this individual was all the way up in Connecticut. So he's got people all over the place and just buying and now joining his team, hopefully shortly. But she got it for her mom. And I'm going to jump on another thing here because he had a second customer call in once again. Met him at this, they were at that same pop-up event in Augusta. This individual was in South Carolina, and she told us that she doesn't think she's going to have surgery now because the PDQ is working so well. So getting out there talking and doing his thing is working very well for Teddy. So congratulations, Teddy.
And thank you very much, Jeanette. I appreciate that. And I'm going to read the text with you all very quickly. Just hold on. I want you to listen what this lady said. And I want you to picture yourself when you're out there talking to people and what the response to get from it. This is what the lady says. Hello, my name is Addie Rogers from Florence, South Carolina. For the last 5 years, I've been dealing with knee pain and with 3 knee surgeries. On April 12th, I will celebrate my 70th birthday with my family from Connecticut. While on the way to Stone Mountain, Georgia, we decided to stop in Augusta, Georgia to do some sightseeing. We came across a flea market downtown. I decided to take my meds at 10 a.m. because I knew I would not be able to walk around. If I didn't, my family noticed me at 1 o'clock slowing up and not keeping up with them. So I told them I need to just sit down and they could keep looking around. On our way back to the van, there was a man with a booth, and he said, if you have pain, just sit in my captain's chair. I got a captain's chair. I sit people in the captain's chair. You gonna ride this ship, sit in the captain's chair, all right? So I told her to sit in the captain's chair. She didn't say, she said chair, but I know I told her to sit in the captain's chair. Anyway, let me find my spot. Okay, and back in the van, almost did okay. Pains, Okay, on the way back to the van, there was a man in the booth. He said, okay, sit in the kitchen. Okay. Of course, I was a little skeptical, which most our prospects are, because I have tried almost every pain meds, creams, and rubs for my knee that I can think of. I sat in his chair. He sprayed my right knee with 2 little sprays of topical pain relief spray on the bottle. That said on the bottle, it said pretty darn quick. In less than 2 minutes, I felt something different. I didn't want to get too excited because I've been through this before, thinking it was just a relief and that it only gonna work 1 or 2 hours. Well, I got up from his chair and my knees started feeling great. My family purchased a bottle for my birthday. He sprayed me on the 12th of April. I did not have the spray again until that Sunday night, midnight, before I went to bed. I am well satisfied with my results of this product, that this is the best I've ever felt in 5 years. I have since I ordered another bottle, and I know it was God that sent me that day. Thank you, Mr. Teddy Moore. I am walking and do stairs like I'm in my 20s.
Wow. Wow.
Let me tell you something. I know you all got testimonies like that. You ain't got to worry about a whole lot of people. You just got to worry about the right people. Because the right people will give you referrals like a good movie. I am so proud. And another lady, I'm gonna say real quick. She sent me. She came by my table and she says, "I've been enjoying your coffee." I didn't even know she was my customer. You'd be surprised how you throw those seeds out there, and all of a sudden somebody go to your website. She said, "I've been buying your coffee," and I said, "You have?" I said, "I didn't know that." And I says, "Well, you know, I live right here in Augusta." She said, "Well, we didn't know. We thought you just popping up every now and then." I says, "No, if you ever need anything." So what happened, I get a text message and says, she gave me her name and she says, "I have a gentleman, he's an oral surgeon, and he wants you to call him about the coffee." He got his own private practice. So he calls me up, make a long story short, and he says, "Hey, I'm looking at your website. You got all these different kind of coffees. I want to know, can you bring me 2 bags?" I said, "Which bags you want?" I said, "What?" He said, "Let me ask you, what flavor you recommend?" And I told him what the hottest one that I like. I like the B52. Okay, I know the Italian one. I just got hooked to that one just the other day because the corporate told me some stuff about it, and I love it. But I told him about the B52, and he says, "Okay, bring me 2 bags." Listen to me. Look, there's no more rotary phones. You got to get Cash App. Don't be afraid of it. Get them little ones that you got to put Cash App on there. It's okay to put Square on your phone, because you got to have every method of taking money. I got everything but Venmo. I don't know how to do Venmo. I don't know Venmo. I got enough different stuff. I ain't got no Venmo. Okay, but I got the Cash App. I got the Zelle. I got all that. And the doctor said, listen to me, integrity. Watch this. Oral surgeon told me to come to his office. His secretary has his credit card and go ahead and charge my card. Never met the guy before. It's called integrity. My time is running out, but I want to bring up a gentleman. This guy's amazing. His name is Akwazi Kafour, but we call him AK. He's an amazing guy. You got to subscribe to him in Facebook. He does something every day about health and wellness, like a little infomercial. And he's reaching so many young folks all over the world. He's amazing, business-minded, IT and everything. And whenever I have a problem, I don't have to drive, put gas in my car, check my oil. I just go next door because he's my next door neighbor. Oh, yeah. And people say, well, so you need to move next to young folks that know about the computers. You quit trying to figure out this. Well, I ain't going to say Tech 27 is good too, but he my Tech 27. So, AK, come on, give us a little of your flavor before we end the call tonight. Tell us what you do and how you do what you do. And maybe it might reach somebody on here tonight who may be into that as well. So, AK, go ahead.
Well, good evening, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me. You see what I got to follow after? Not only is he my senior partner, he's also my next door neighbor. So that's two on me. So pray for both me and my wife and his wife. Because us two together, he's the bug man, I'm the sleep man. It doesn't work well. So, but yeah, I just want to give it back to our SVP. Teddy Moore. As you can tell, he lead by example. He's not going to tell you to do anything that he wouldn't do. And whatever he tells you to do, trust me, it works. So you just need to follow and do it. So I'm learning. I've been in there for a while. I'm just finally starting to get it. I'm a knucklehead. I play soccer. I think I still got a few concussions. So it takes me a while to get stuff. But the first thing I learned that I think is very important is that we got to turn our pain into purpose, which means everybody came into this business with some kind of pain point, whether it was about the money or whether it was about the products. You came in because of something. So you got to use that when you're talking to prospect. Like when you see a favorite good movie, every time I see a Denzel movie, I'm excited. If I got to tell somebody, I'm going to be out there telling, I'm going to be promoting like it's my movie, right? That's the same way we got to do with this business. At the end of the day, we are in this business to solve people's problems, right? So if we don't know what people's problems are, we can't solve it. And that's the biggest mistake I also made when I first started, because I wanted to be able to get everything out before my prospect run away. So I thought I was doing the best thing I could. I would go out there and talk to the squirrel and see how fast I can get the stuff out before they run off and all this. And it wasn't working because, clearly the most important person to a prospect is himself, right? So if you're not talking about the person, they don't really care what you're talking about. So I learned to say less and let them talk more. And the way I do is I just sow seeds and alignment. That's the two things, sow seeds and be in alignment. Because what happens is when you tell somebody something today might not be the right time. So you're not in the right alignment. But it doesn't mean 3 months, 6 months, 9 months from now, they will not be in alignment with you, right? Because things happen. Life changes every day. So you might tell somebody something now, and 3 months later they call you and say, hey, you remember that product you told me about? I think I need it now, right? But when you told them before, they didn't want it because the timing wasn't right. So everything is about timing. And one thing I also learned is I always go with this acronym. So I've been taking some classes trying to slow down and not have, excuse me if you're eating, not have diarrhea out the mouth where I'm just spitting out stuff and I'm just trying to get as much out there and hope something stick. I've learned to just focus on what the person's problem is. And the way I do it is the first thing I have to build rapport, because people will do business with people they know, like, and trust. If they don't know, like, and trust you, they're not going to bugger with you. So that's why I start out with. And then once they start talking and I get something or they say something, I'm like, oh, we can help with that. Then I do a little icebreaker and basically just trying to break the ice to get their interest, to pique their interest. And I keep it simple. I usually say, so you know how as we get older, everything starts to hurt, right? And they say, yeah, my leg hurt, my back hurt, everything that I didn't think hurts. I'm like, oh, I got them. Okay. So we in the right groove. So I said, well, would it be okay if you have something that can help you to get relief from those aches and pain, both in your body and bank account? You see what I did there? So I'm presenting the business and the product at the same time, trying to see which one is your flavor. Let you decide. So once they tell me which one it is, then they're like, oh, tell me more. How do you want to know? Now, this is where my SVP always tell me, he can pass. That comes to my mind every time they say, oh, tell me more. I'm like, oh, I got him. So now I need to be quiet because he's been doing it for a while. You see our SVP, he got energy. He got everything you need. He got a wealth of knowledge and he have lived the comp plan. So I'm not going to say anymore. I'm Don King now. At this point, I've gotten you to the match. All I got to do is get you to buy your ticket and get on the presentation. So at this point, I say, yeah, I could tell you some more, but right now it's not the right time. When can we set up a time where we can just sit and I can show you exactly what we have and see if it worked for you? And that's it. And I shut my mouth. And once they tell me, oh, I'm quick to call my SVP. Say, oh, I think we got one. We got another one. And he said, line them up. Let's go. So that's one thing I've learned that I've worked a lot for me. Also, one thing I also learned is success is always connected to motion. Success is connected. If you're sitting there saying, not saying anything, not talking to nobody, not moving nothing, nothing is going to happen in your business. So you have to move in order for your business to move. So that's also one key thing that I think has worked for me. And the other thing that I'm stealing this for my SVP, I call it BBC, benefit before cost. People don't care about the price. Trust me, they don't. People get a Tesla truck, and y'all know how much the Tesla truck costs? You can get you a Toyota, but people get that. You know why? Because people care about experience. People care about how something make them feel. If they can find out how something make them feel, and if it make them feel good, they'll buy it. You know, because people buy on emotion and then use logic to justify the purchase. So if you helping somebody to help them to feel better or get a better experience, trust me, that's what you need to do, because that's what people are buying on. And the last thing I'm going to say, because I know my SVP was like, keep it short. I told him life is short, I'm short, so I got to balance it out by keeping stuff long. But this is the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to call it a day. But one thing we have to remember is we have to give our customers or our prospect their AAA treatment. Their AAA treatment. Number one, you have to pay attention to them when they're talking. You have to make them feel like they're the most important thing in the world at that moment. Number two, affirmation. You have to always affirm them, you know, just keep them lifted up. And the last thing is you have to appreciate them. So the three ones: attention, affirmation, and appreciation. If we stay with that, that's why I've been helping my business to take off. And that's why I've been keeping doing. And when I have an SVP like I have, you know, I don't have no issue. And he next door neighbor. And I'm not just keep bragging on him because he promised me a bag of coffee and also, you know, some sleep gummies. And I'm not talking about the sample size. I'm talking about the 30 count. So, you know, I got to brag on him. But with that, I'm done. I'm toasted. Stick in front of me. Back to you, SVP Tedemo.
I appreciate that, AK. I know I was gonna get all that. I appreciate that. That's amazing. What I'm gonna say in closing, I know we're right at the top of the hour. You all forgive me just for a second, but what I want to say, and this is real dear to my heart, because I want to leave you something about the Captivita, and we could have talked about this the whole time. I'm not for sure where it rates in, but diabetes is very passionate to my heart, and because I was diagnosed back in 2005. Okay, so 20 years now, and I can tell you this is life changing. If I know we have a challenge going on, Silver Senior Vice President Ms. Jamel Meeks and and Cheryl Knowles, they started a campaign with this, and I tell you, it's a good, perfect timing. Not only so much is it has glucose support and helps you with weight, but it actually helps you with your A1C level, and it also helps your pancreas to produce insulin correctly. Let me tell you something. I know most people who have been diabetic, and unfortunately, it doesn't help people who are type 1, but type 2, it does. But let me throw a quick side note in. With someone who's type 1, the tinctures does help. And just remember this. It's good for your education, is that they go through dialysis. Let's say they do dialysis Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Monday evening, they can take this. Tuesday, they can take this. Tuesday night, they can take this. But when they go into dialysis, they don't take it at all. Wednesday night, they can take this. Thursday, they can take this. They don't do it on Friday morning. They can do it Friday evening and on the weekend. I'm going to tell you the reason why. It's because they got what they call hidden pain. A lot of people who don't want to go back into remission, they got what they hidden pain. They won't tell you they're getting pain, but they do have pain, especially when they go through dialysis. Okay, that's just another hint. But going back to the Captivita is very important, because I shoot it straight when I talk about Captivita. And people say, wow, you're pretty tough on that. No, I'm being honest. People are going blind. People losing limbs. People having heart attacks. And they got to figure it out. There's no CBD in this. When you turn on the back of it, we got certificate analysis now. People can do the Google, do the research, take it to their doctor. I know what that metformin and stuff is doing to people's body. Okay, I've lost relatives and family members because they weren't about a price. What I said earlier, prevention is better than cure. If you feel that you need to drop a few pounds, or you're going through, I know if Amber is probably on here, she has an amazing testimony, lost 60 pounds on it. Platinum President Dave Silverman lost over 35 pounds. It's life changing. Watch this in closing. When you feel better, you do better. And when you feel better, you want to tell other people that next family reunion, that wedding, anywhere you run into people, they says, "Man, you look so good." It's like, because to me, it's like these products are truly like anti-aging. I mean, we're gonna get older, but don't mean we have to be old. You see what I'm saying? It makes a lot of sense. I'm going on 68. A lot of my buddies, they sitting on the porch. I guess they just waiting on somebody to come by and pick them up and take them on. I ain't waiting on nobody to come get me. No, I ain't waiting. But when it's time for me to go, I got my bags already packed. But that's a whole different story. I'm already packed. But I'm more concerned about is people's health. And I want people to be healthy. If you got a healthy body, you'll have a healthy mind. And I'm going to tell you, coupled with that, far as what you desire and all the gifts that you have, you'll live life on purpose. And the income, money, it'll run you down. But money is just an easy exchange. It's to help people. It's to help humanity. It's to help your loved ones so they don't have to struggle. You don't have to look far for people. People losing jobs. People are suffering. And see, people are stressing. And that's where these products come in at. Somebody feeling good. The last lady who came right before we was closing up, she came over. She said, "I got to go back to Atlanta tonight." And she drank the tea and she said, "Oh my God, what is in that? I feel it already. I feel a little rush." All it was is that she felt that energy. She felt those vitamins in it instantly. So don't be afraid of what you have. Share with the world. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys' timing. Cynthia, were you trying to say something? Because I'm about to close off because I know I'm over my time.
No, I appreciate you mentioning Captivita.
Mm-hmm.
You said enough, Teddy. Well, you did a great job. Absolutely phenomenal.
Okay, I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that came on. I Miss Jones, I appreciate you coming on. Testimonies, AK, and everybody. And I appreciate everybody supporting this call. And let's take advantage of this opportunity. You still have time tonight to get you a purchase if you want to get something. Listen, the only way it's going to happen if you go do it. Nike said just do it, but you know what? We got to do it. Listen, somebody's waiting on you, and you're held responsible for somebody else's livelihood. But until you open up your mouth and tell them, it'll never happen. So let's just open up our mouth and share this great thing called E.P.I.C, and we'll be on this journey together. Hey, look, I appreciate your time. I didn't get to my coffee. I'm going to drink my coffee. Got a couple basketball games I got to check out tonight. But you guys live life amazing. Every day above ground is a great day. Enjoy it and go out and work with somebody and impact somebody's life so you can be supersede to somebody else's life. And Mr. Jovis Moncora, I'll see you in New York. New York! I'm coming to New York. All right. So the call's over. Thanks a lot, everybody. God bless you guys. Take care. Goodbye now.
Bye-bye.
Great stuff, Teddy.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Teddy.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Great trade, Teddy.
Good night.
Night.
Thank you, Mr. Gilbert. Teddy,
Good night,
you were awesome.
everybody.
Good night.
Teddy, I'm going to start calling you Teddy Ballgame because you hit it out of the park.
Great
Yes,
job,
you did.
FBC Teddy Moore. Great job. Good night, everyone.
Go ahead and take care. God bless, Joe.
You did a wonderful
God
job,
bless,
baby
God
boy.
bless, God bless everyone. Have a good one.
That's what see that's right. See, when somebody say baby boy, you respect that because everybody just don't call you baby boy. What's up, Jovis?
How you doing? How's everybody?
I'm getting my flight ready, bro. I'm getting my
Here
flight
he
ready.
is.
We ready. We ready.
Getting my flight ready, man.
Great,
Hey, you guys take.
great testimonies.
All right.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna go ahead and log off. Ladies, y'all hang up. I don't like to hang up on ladies, but I hang up on them guys. But I'm finna log off. Y'all take care. Bye now.
Bye for now.
All right.